Alright, everybody. Uh, Something I've been working on is a new little activity. So it's basically 6 steps. You start off first by drawing, a basic shape like a square or whatever. And you're going to be designing a house to give you an idea of what shape to stick with, or start with, I should say. After you do the square or whatever, you draw where you would like the door to be. Now keep in mind this door at this point is just a concept. It doesn't have to be final, but it's just an idea, starting point. The third step is you make a list of what rooms you want in your house. Like living room, bedroom, stuff like that. After making your list of rooms, you choose where your walls would be in this space and where you would put the rooms, how they fit together. After you do that, the next step, the 5th one, is where would you put windows? After you choose where the windows are, the door can become functional. Now, if you want to do the actual goal, this thing I designed, go ahead and pause the video now. And after this, I will explain the point and purpose behind this exercise. Okay, so if you did pause it, it should be over now. So the point of it is to try to get an insight as to how a person's mind works. Some examples are not necessarily the shape of the house, but where you put things and what these things represent. The door obviously represents access both to the outside world and to yourself from the outside world. What rooms do you put near that access point? Because these are the things that people most easily be able to access about you. A living room, as an example, typically represents something along the lines of like a social interaction. It's the part of yourself that is less personal and more ready to share with other people. The kitchen obviously is like substance, bathroom release. The way you put these in there and the walls you've created also represent the boundaries you have and you set with people. So if like you have the bathroom right near the kitchen, and what does that say? That your center of resource that you bring in is right next to the place that you release. Logically, I would think that's not the healthiest approach in general, but a lot of it comes down to the person and how they see and perceive it. And that's the whole point of this exercise. Do you have all the rooms, put in a grid? Do you have easy access to them? Do you have a lot of walls and boundaries? How guarded of a person are you? Do you have your bedroom easily accessible from the entrance, or do you have several obstacles, hallways, and doors along the way? Because all these doors inside your house represent checkpoints, boundary-based checkpoints. And at each of those checkpoints, it's important for a person to show you something to be able to pass that. Do they need to show you that they're honest? Do they need to show you that they are kind? So, and I've done this with a couple of people, and it's really interesting to see the difference with different mind types. They organize it, and they feel the need to change so many things when they have a better idea of what it actually means and the goal of this exercise. I had one individual, they just basically put the rooms in like a grid and had like just walls separating them with an open space. It was both organized and chaotic, but it left so little room for boundaries, because there were so many ways for people to get around everything just to get what they wanted to. And as I talked with this person, it actually matched with their personality quite well and helped them to see how little boundaries they actually set for people in their life. And it gave them a concept of maybe they need to start working on that, because they see how easily somebody can get from, the entrance door to their bedroom, which should be like their safe place. That's their personal safe place, the private place for an individual. Somebody you should you should really trust somebody before they ever get there. But if you have very few boundaries, it can be very easy for people to find themselves to that place and get access to parts of you that you don't want just anybody having access to. Anyway, it was just something I came up with when I was bored. So, if you would like to discuss it with me, whether in a comment on this post, because I plan on uploading this to a Facebook ruckus and on YouTube, or if you'd like to send me a message for a more private interaction, just to get my thoughts on your design and what stands out to me and have a discourse there, feel free. You're welcome to. I will try to keep up on it. I'm not the best at it because I don't get on Facebook very often anymore. But like I said, I'll try. It may take a little bit of time before I notice, but I also make a point to try to pay attention to these things. Anyway, I hope you all have a good day. Talk to you later.